Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to day 3 of the daily the daily warrior ritual challenge. It's kind of a tongue twister. Don't say it too fast because whew. Okay. Welcome. So yesterday there was some technical difficulties, so that's why I wasn't able to really come on. Well, I recorded the video. However, I initially wanted to do lives. However, you never know what's going to happen until it start happening. So, yeah. This is just the best option at the moment for me. So I could just get this out here for you guys to start implementing for yourselves. But nonetheless, the show must go on. Welcome to day 3 of the daily warrior ritual challenge. So today, hopefully you guys have been uh being able to do the work from the last 2 days, meaning it wasn't too challenging and not too it this challenge isn't supposed to be stressful. It's supposed to be um very interactive and very start to understand and pinpoint what it is that we need in our lives. So it wasn't necessarily, hopefully it's not a stressful um it's not stressful at all. I know it's just only day 3, but I just wanted to speak about that. And as far as day 2, I know day 2 is about setting your goals. Please, and I meant to say it yesterday, but I'll say it today. Do not share your goals with anybody. Do not share it in the comments. Do not share it with your friends, your family, your spouse, your children. Um, especially, and I'll say this only because if you share your goals with anybody, it can potentially derail and or mess up that goal before it even had a chance to set root into creating roots before it was to become or be able to sprout. So please be mindful of that. Please refrain from sharing. I would say if you really need to share and speak it out loud, grab your phone if you have a phone, record yourself, record your reaction, keep it for yourself so you could refer back to it. And maybe even you could share it with people or share it online, but do not share it right away. Do not speak about it to others. You could speak it out loud to yourself and maybe even to the people that's involved if that's something that's what you're trying to prioritize or create with yourself. But this isn't necessarily, don't, this isn't about sharing with people just yet. When you're in the planning phases of something, you don't start, it's like you're counting your chickens before it hatched. You don't really know how many is actually going to be able that are going to hatch. So you don't really count them necessarily like, okay, I could sell one, two, three, four, five, six. If you have 6 chickens, just because you have 6 chickens doesn't mean they're going to be sellable or you're not, like wait until it starts to show signs of potential life and then you might start talking about it or, like hopefully you get it. But please do not share your goals. Okay, on to challenge day number 3. I feel like that needed to be addressed because I didn't speak about it yesterday and I apologize for that. But Going forward, do not share your goals. Do not share anything right away, especially if they're your personal, your own goals, your own internal goals for yourself, like things that you want to see come to fruition. Do not share. Okay. So day 3 is about, oh, sorry. Let's go. Next slide. Okay. Create a schedule that incorporates your goals. So once again, we're still in the planning phase of your goals and ritualizing the tasks that you want to start doing that's going to yield you whatever it is that your goal is. So once again, do not share your goal. You could say, I would say, if you want to talk to someone about it, be like, I would I would suggest you explain it to them like, I really want to see this goal come to life, so I don't really want to speak too much detail on it, but there are some things that I'm planning to do that I want to do. So I would say just allude to it, but don't speak exactly in detail and don't speak about it at all. Keep it to yourself until it's time. So create a schedule that incorporates your goals, so that it's all about looking at what you're already doing in your life, whether it's a 9 to 5, whether it's you're working for yourself, and or maybe you just have free time. Some people do, you know? So maybe you have creative times, creative hours, whatever it is, incorporate what it is that you want your structured day to look like. And so write down in a list everything that you do at what times, basically, if you're aware of it. If you're not, I would suggest start timing yourself or paying attention, like, okay, this is the time I start doing this. Like, become aware of the things that you're doing every day. And so you could start incorporating how you could go about um, being able to start taking action on the ritual that you want to start for yourself. Okay. Um, yeah, so incorporate. So let's say for instance, you're a stay-at-home mom and you want to start working out. And you have one baby that is still a little too young for school, and or maybe you're homeschooling. Let's say that, because I've been seeing an uptick in homeschooling, which is great. You know, when the babies are close, you could definitely monitor what's going into their brains and what's being programmed into them. However, that'll be a discussion for another day. So let's say you're homeschooling them. I'm pretty sure you have a schedule. Most moms are great with schedules and planning things and creating lists, and especially if you're homeschooling, I'm pretty sure. So let's say for instance you're homeschooling, and so you create your list of all the things you're doing. So let's say you give your children 3 hours to be able to roam around and do whatever they want to do, but you're still supervising them. You could utilize that time for working out, for yoga, meditation, free writing, maybe some art, whatever it is. Like if you, let's say you want to cultivate working out, you could cultivate that and make it even interactive with your children. I've been seeing a lot of strong women out here utilizing their baby. So, the baby wants to be picked up. So, pick up your baby and start using your baby as a weight. So, so as you work out, your baby is also getting attention too. Like two birds, one stone. That's perfect. That's just absolutely brilliant, and I love that. I was like, that is just so simple, and it's just you're still with your family, and you're still being able to work on whatever task that you want to for that day. So in maybe 3 to 4 months, you could have that body that you really want. So if you're going on vacation or when the summertime comes, not only are you spending time with your family and still you're strengthening that connection, you can also strengthen your physical body as well. But this all takes, you have to plan it, and you have to be mindful of things. Of course, you have to be, so not only are you implementing, you're being aware of the fact that sometimes things will come in your way that may prevent you from doing that goal or that task that day. So I would also bear that in mind for when you look at your plan moving forward, because I suggest you look at your plan every day so you can remember it, and it becomes something that you're feeding yourself and reminding yourself of every day. So I'm gonna stop sharing this because you guys already saw this. Um, I'll leave it because I'm just learning this website. But anyway, so create your schedule that incorporates your goals. Okay, so that was just an example. So if you're not a mom, maybe you're a man, a single male, or maybe you're um, in your early 20s, uh, don't really want to go to school, but you work. You can again create a list of all the things that you're doing, and then find pockets of time. Let's say you have a 15-minute break. Maybe for that 15 minutes, you can, let's say you are working on financial independence or financial freedom. I would say within those 15 minutes, no, you may not necessarily become financially free in 15 minutes, but within that 15 minutes, you could start learning financial analysis, learning what that means instead of just jumping into things just because it sounds right and you want to make money. Okay. So researching within that 15 minutes and creating research and stuff that can compile, and then maybe when you have a day or two off, you can utilize those lists that you created for yourself within those pockets of 15 minutes. Even though you may not actually be working on what it is that you're doing, you're still within the realm of doing what it is that you want to do. So either way, make it very interactive. Make it so it works for you in your schedule for your life. Okay? So regardless of if you're a single mom, if you're a teenager, or whether if you're in your 60s, 70s, and you're just trying to, figure out some things for yourself. Like, just create a list of the things that you're doing, put the time next to it, maybe how long you're doing it for, and then also after that, you start to see little windows of opportunity that you could utilize for the task that you want to execute so you can actually achieve that goal that you set for yourself. But be realistic. Sometimes we may actually hit our goal before the actual date that we said, but we may not. Sometimes we may have to, maybe the goal, I wouldn't say it was over ambitious. There's nothing wrong with ambition. However, sometimes we overestimate how much time it takes to do something just because. But just be mindful of that and don't beat yourself up about it. Okay? Anyway, um tell you could tell me in the comments if this was helpful. Um, Ask some questions about schedules, like maybe you want a demonstration, maybe, or maybe you need some extra help. You could ask, and someone can also help or give a helping hand as well. It doesn't only have to be me. This is a community of people that are working towards doing better for themselves and want better and know that they deserve better. Okay? And on that note, I'll speak to you all on day 4. Bye. Oh, love thyself, know thyself. Bye bye.